Hello and welcome to Tapping with Jules and Katie. My name's Katie Walker. I'm a certified EFT practitioner and I'm in Perth, and I'm joined by my beautiful colleague and friend.
I'm Jules Vandermart, and I'm an advanced certified EFT practitioner working from Coffs Harbour in Australia.
Beautiful. And I am so excited because today I get to interview Jules. Yay! And the reason we are going to do this interview is to get insight into living an alcohol-free life and hear Jules' story, because it's actually a really powerful story and I love being witness to it and being part of it. So I'm going to ask Jules some questions, and hopefully you'll get an appreciation for this journey that Jules has been on. So Jules has been alcohol-free for nearly 7 months. And has had a stint in her life previously for 2 years.
2.5 years, actually.
2.5 years, where she did not drink a lick of alcohol. So my first question, Jules, is why did you stop drinking
this time
around? Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, actually, I was working with some clients who weren't drinking, and they were having all the, I feel so good, my energy's great, I'm sleeping really well, I feel really calm. So I actually was inspired by clients that I was helping to stop drinking. So that was part of it. But for me, the real thing was I just didn't have any energy. Like I was exhausted, and I wasn't living a life that should equal such exhaustion, So I thought, I remember that when I gave up drinking previously, that I got all this energy, and I was running around cleaning the house and decluttering and getting rid of stuff. And so I had this kind of association with giving up drinking as equals all this energy and enthusiasm and motivation, and I wanted to experience that again. So that was kind of my motivation to stop drinking.
Yeah, and as a result of that, you had given up I think a month before we actually developed our Dry July program. And obviously since then we've been tapping a lot with women through our program and doing one-on-ones, and so that I'm assuming would have helped the process. But tell me a little bit about that energy, because there are some significant changes that happen when you do abstain from alcohol for a period of time, and that's something that we talk about in our program. What did you experience?
Yeah, so I guess I'll address that side of it. So I slept much better, so I didn't do that. I wasn't doing that, like waking up in the middle of the night and berating myself and being annoyed with myself for that. My mood improved, my headspace was better. Like I didn't have that, like the wine which in my ear every afternoon going, oh yeah, you weren't going to drink during the week, but we're going out for dinner and it's nice to have wine with dinner. And so all that stuff just goes away, doesn't it? After a few weeks. I mean, it takes a while, doesn't it? And I did have some tapping to help with that, which was good.
Because then you do have the space. Sorry, then you do have the space, obviously, for other things when you're not.
That's
constant.
Right. Yeah. So that was really good, and I just feel more positive when I don't drink. Like I feel more positive about myself, my life. I feel like I'm more present. Like I feel like a nicer mum. I'm a better friend, sister. I don't have that kind of cranky, like edgy feeling that you do when you're a regular drinker. That kind of like you're always either drinking, or you're kind of a bit hungover, or you're a bit like in between the two, like trying not to drink but wanting to drink, but trying not to drink but wanting to drink. Like I just hate that shit. I'm so done with it. And I have tried moderation 5 million times, and it's just a waste of time for me. So I love when you get to that stage where you just stop thinking about drinking.
Yes.
Or it's very occasional, and you know that you're just like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like,
and it's much. The distance is so great between.
Yeah, and I have alcohol in the house, and I've got wine that I like, and I could easily drink if I wanted to any time, but I actually just don't want to. But so I might get a little, I might be like, oh, I really did used to like red wine with lasagna or something like that. And I straight away just be like, no way, I'm not doing that. So
That's
I
good.
love that, and it makes me feel good about myself, and I feel more productive in my day-to-day work. I feel like my work is better.
Yes. And
so lots of positive spin-offs.
And in our role, we really do need to be present for our clients, don't we? And our cognition needs to be on point, and energetically, although a lot of our work is done online, you can still, give the energy is still there. So it's really, really important for us. But knowing your story, this is the really, it's a huge significant thing that you gave up drinking, because what it has uncovered for you is quite significant in your life, and it's been a life changer. So do you mind speaking to that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I didn't get the energy that I thought I would get when I stopped drinking, and that was a bit annoying. And I was going to different, I was seeing a naturopath, and I was having acupuncture. I tried everything because I had these health problems where I was breathless, and I had an asthma, and I had this phlegm coming up all the time, and this throat clearing like all day, every day.
Yeah.
And I was getting regular chest infections, and I was so frustrated because I'd done heaps of tapping and I tried everything, and it wasn't getting anywhere with it. So when I gave up drinking, and I was like, I actually don't feel better, and actually I'm exhausted. There's something wrong here.
Yeah.
So what happened? What that led to was me actually kind of dealing with that problem in a different way, which was kind of going to my doctor and just saying, look, what can be done? This isn't, this is not right. And I had a CT scan of my chest, which revealed that I had emphysema, or what they call COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And I was like, what the hell? I'm 51. I am so healthy. I haven't smoked for decades. Like, how can this be?
Yeah.
So it was a massive shock.
Oh,
and
I can imagine.
Anyway, so what I guess the point is that I actually don't think I would have even got to the point of being properly diagnosed if I hadn't stopped drinking, because, we were talking before about how, I always used to think, well, I'm just tired because I'm drinking, and I'm exhausted because I just need to stop drinking. Well, if I stopped drinking, I would, and then, so when you do stop drinking and actually you don't feel better, and all the symptoms are just, because I used to think, well, the alcohol makes it worse.
Yeah.
So when I stopped drinking and everything was still there, it's like, wow, this isn't, it's not related to the alcohol. It's nothing to do with the alcohol. And anyway, then, so after a little bit of time, I found something called potato breathing, which if you have a chronic health problem, do get onto that. It's really, really good. So that has helped me enormously, and I feel better than I've felt in years, actually, and I've only been doing it for a few weeks. But the other thing about the not drinking is the potato breathing for this condition is a lot of effort. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of commitment. I have to sleep sitting up. I have to get up in the night and do my breathing practice. If I was still drinking, I don't think I would be able to do it. Like, I wouldn't have the patience. No. I wouldn't have the energy, the commitment, I'd be like, oh, I'm hungover and there's no way I'm getting up to do that. Or
that's right. And it would presumably, that would just impact the healing process anyway. It's counter. It's just like a
but I don't think I would still even know what was actually wrong with me if I was still drinking. Like, I genuinely think that it was meant to be that I stopped drinking when I did, and then X amount of months later I actually find out that this is what's been wrong with me all this time.
Oh, Jules, as much as my heart is with you going through that, I know that you're committed to finding all of the ways to deal with it with your potato breathing. But I think the point is, what we're doing with alcohol, not only are we masking or numbing out the emotions that we don't want to feel, but potentially
suppressing physical,
correct,
genuine physical problems that,
oh my God, I'm so grateful for the universe guiding you to stop drinking, to be able to have this opportunity to go, okay, here's what's going on, and now I get the opportunity to deal with it.
Because now I feel like I'm actually healing. Like, I'm actually, I can go to yoga and not spend the whole time clearing my throat or coughing or having chunks of green phlegm fly up out of my mouth. When I'm with a client, like, that's what was happening to me. And like this awful cough. I was coughing, and people be like, oh, are you sick? I mean, it's not good in COVID to be coughing and having chunks fly out your mouth. And that is all basically stopped. Like, I feel almost like there's nothing wrong with me.
I love that.
And this is just weeks of potato
Oh my
breathing.
God.
Potato breathing, it's called, not
potato.
We call it potato breathing because my doctor said, "What's it called?" Potato breathing. So that's our joke.
Whatever you call it, whatever you call it, it is working.
It is
and
amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I guess the take home from that, Jules, is that, you know, alcohol could be causing and impacting us in so many ways.
Yeah.
So to allow your body, allow the space to go, what is actually going on for me at a physiological, emotional, psychological level, and just give yourself that opportunity to live without numbing that shit out and dealing with what's actually going on. And don't be in a position. I mean, God, Jules, what could have happened had you not stopped drinking years down the track?
I guess it just would have progressed. You know, the COPD would have.
And that's so scary.
No doubt. Yeah.
Frightening. Oh, yeah. I've got goosebumps.
Yeah, and I think, you know, like the whole thing of the diagnosis and dealing with the diagnosis, like, you know, like the old me would have just drunk to sort of deal with that.
Yeah.
The shock, the you know, the
denial,
all the emotions that go with that, the anger, the why me, the stress, the frustration, the anxiety. Like the anxiety was huge.
Through the roof. Yeah.
And it's not helpful. Like it doesn't, like it feels so much better just to know that I can actually get through anything, because you just do when you're not drinking, don't you?
Yes.
Actually just deal with shit. Like you still experience painful emotions and difficult situations and challenging times. But it's like, yep, that was difficult. And then the next day you feel better. You don't wake up feeling hungover and going, oh, wish I didn't drink a bottle of wine last night.
Correct. Smash.
Now I feel bad for like 3 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
One day,
it gives you that space to really feel.
Yeah.
So you can heal. And obviously a lot of the work that we do is through tapping to actually work through those negative yucky emotions. Well. I know. Yeah. Together with your potato breathing.
Yeah.
So Jules, what would you say to anyone who has taken the time to listen today? What would you like your message or your story, how your story can impact?
I don't know. Like, I guess the thing that, you know, it can be difficult to stop drinking, and EFT really does help with that. So if you're afraid, if you want to try not drinking, you know, hook up with us individually or in a group setting. It, you know, EFT really does help you stop drinking. I mean, I have access to some of the best EFT practitioners in Australia and the world to help me, but you can too. I guess I feel like I'm just so grateful, really, that that I stopped when I stopped, that I found out what I found out, that I've been able to like actually find something to help me so quickly.
Yeah.
And I guess just that thing of just the gift of the headspace and the presence and the, you know, like it's not actually a going without thing. Like I think people think that you don't feel deprived, do you? Like after, I mean, you do in the first month or two, perhaps, like you do feel like, oh, I wish I could drink.
That's when we tap.
But like as time goes on, it feels like it's actually a gift that you choose to give yourself. You're not missing out on anything. You can still go out and have fun with your friends. Like,
and I think a gift for other people.
With the choice.
Yeah.
Totally.
So a gift for your husband and your kids, because as you just said, and we've spoken about, just being present and actually that connection stronger. It's beautiful.
And a much better practitioner too. Like I really, I so recommend it. I mean, I really recommend it as a way of life. And I don't care what people think anymore about, you know, like I think in the early days it's like, oh, what will people think? Now I'm like, I don't care who drinks or how much they drink. So why? I don't care what they think about me. I don't care about them. Like there's no judgment either way, but this just definitely suits me a lot better, especially now. Like I'm like, my health is, if you don't have your health, you have nothing.
Nah.
Actually, and my quality of life was so crappy before.
Well, all I can say is I am so grateful that there was that divine intervention, you deciding not to drink, because I love and adore you, and the thought of you being ill makes me just so sad, and I'm just so grateful that you've been given this opportunity to go, cool, now I know what's going on really, and I can deal with it. So
and I'm grateful that you stopped as well.
Yes, absolutely. And so for anyone that's interested, we are running our next program in Feb, Feeling Fabulous in February with Feb Fast. How many we might throw a little in there. But we will be obviously putting more information out in the coming months to lead up to that. We'd love for as many women to join us, because we know the power of the program. We've got lots of women who have come through it so far, had success, who might experience something. Well, no, we don't want them necessarily to experience something that you've just gone through, but who knows what it could be.
It's always a revealing process, put it that way, isn't it, for everybody?
It is in many ways, around relationships.
Reveals the good shit and the bad.
Yeah, my job I freaking hate, a whole lot of stuff.
So you realise that you've actually come equipped with the tools to deal with that stuff.
Totally, absolutely.
And your energy and your own little fingers.
Yeah, and that's what we want them to walk away with. So
yeah.
Jules, baby, thank you for being so open with your story, and I just wish you all the very best and just love working with you. So keep that potato breathing up, my friend.
Definitely. I'm going to be around for a long time to come.
Good. See you all later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.